Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Morning, 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 rowers.
Morning.
Hope we're all doing well. Bright and early, dark and early. Got about 9 to 10 rowers signed up this morning. We're going to give everyone about 5 to 6, maybe 5 or 6 minutes to get rolled in here before we get started. So if you are here, you do have a couple minutes to get a couple stretches in, properly warmed up, and we'll get moving in the next 5 to 6 minutes. All right, 5 to 6 minutes. We'll give everyone some time to pop in here. Again, if you are here, you have enough time to take some strokes, get some stretching in, whatever you decide to do.
Morning.
Good morning. So as we give everyone a few more minutes to get popped in and allow you guys to get warmed up, talk a little bit about what's on the agenda this morning. We're running 4 ski jumps, which is basically 4 by 6 minutes, first and second, third and fourth, 4 by 6 minutes. The minute breakdown here is going to be 3, 2, 1, 3 minutes at one rate, 2, and then 1. So for example, the first set will go 3 minutes at a 16, 2 minutes at an 18, 1 minute at a 20. We're going to repeat that set of rates for the first 2. Then we're going to add 2 beats to the rate for the next one. So it'll go 18, 20, 22. And then the final one will add 2 beats. We'll go 20, 22, 24, all following that 3, 2, 1 duration. It says self-paced. So I know that might be a little intimidating, but I think it's just a good way in practicing on staying conservative in the first 1 or 2. We had 6 rowers run this last night, same workout last night. And I'm seeing about 75 to 85% on the SPI, just to sort of give you a range. Now, I've had some people down at 70, and then some people finish up at 85%. So what I would say is start conservative, maybe starting down into the mid to low 70%, see how you feel on that SPI percentage. And we'll go from there. If we take the first one 70s and you feel good, go 75, 80 on the next one. That's fine. But just remember that for the last 2 of the 4, we're going to be running higher rates, 18, 20, 22, and 20, 22, 24. All right, so that's what we're on for today. I'm going to recommend, again, starting SPI down in the low to mid 70s and just see how you feel. If you feel better, Mel, if you haven't redone your SPI test, you're probably going to run 80, 85, 90. We had some rowers do that, so it's not a bad thing. We just want to make sure that we're pacing it well and starting off conservative, like I keep on reiterating. Got 5 of you in here. I know we have a lot more signed up, but we do have the 10 a.m., so maybe they'll be popping in there. I'm going to give you guys the 2-minute warning. All right, 2-minute warning on this, and I'll recap one more time as to what the plan is. 4 by 6 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute at each rate. First 2, same rate. We're going to build the rating on the 3rd and the 4th. All right. There are drills built into this, so I just want to make sure that we know that. There are going to be some drills, some body vesper. If you don't know the body vesper, because we have real classes, cut the cake, just really focusing on big pivot. We might call some pauses. But again, we're going to basically go 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, paddle it out, hop back on, run through a drill, run through about a minute or two of low 16 strokes a minute, a drill, we'll paddle, and then we'll run another 3, 2, 1. But just follow along with the calls and we'll be good. The first stroke we're going to take, we're going to jump right into the 16. Okay, just so you know, the drills and stuff will follow. The first set we pop on there, when you load it up, we'll say 3 minutes, and the target will be 16 strokes a minute. So unless you have any questions, let's start to make our way over to winter training camp, week 3, live 2, 4 by ski jumps with drills. I see 2 of you in the right place. I have you, Jamie. I have you, Laura. You guys are there. Mel, I have you as well. Jamie, Laura, Mel, we're good. So we'll see that first 6-minute set. Karen, I have you there. We'll see the first minute set. We'll get a little rest. We'll run through some drills and paddle. We'll get a little more rest and we'll repeat that section. Last call. Last call. If you're at home, we're going to put you on mute. We're going to get ready to row. As always, want to focus on proper form, nice long strokes, staying loose, long, and relaxed. Here we go. We're going to make the call. Let's pick up the handles and sit at the catch. Take a deep breath, relax. We're running right on 16. Ready, y'all? Go. Settle in. Settle in. Nice and long. Long strokes, catch to finish right from the get-go, right from the start. Length and leverage, loose, long, and relaxed. Again, I would say about that 70 to 80% on this first one on the target SPI. If we're high, just breathe, feel it out. Let's focus on establishing a good pace, a good base rate, a good rhythm. It all starts with how we're moving. It all starts with how we're moving. Take the time to lengthen and set the hips back behind us. Keep the arms long, hands high, but never lock the elbows, right? Staying relaxed throughout the stroke is critical. Posture up, chest up the whole time. Preparation, as we're sliding into the catch, we're prepped and ready to go. Locked right on 16 strokes a minute. Once you feel that stretch to finish, let's work to repeat. Let's work to repeat. I'm seeing a few extra centimeters out of you, Jamie, than I saw earlier this week, so it's good. Staying focused on loose, long, and relaxed. Big pivot of the hips. As we get the head and shoulders in front of the hips, we keep the hands high and long. Good. 1-3-6, Jamie. That's good for you. That's good. We're usually seeing 1-3s. Staying relaxed everywhere we can. You're going to notice as you add length to that stroke, the watts might come a little bit easier as we're working a little longer. Eyes up, keeping the chin level there, Mel. Creating space between the hips and the handle before we slide, right? Hold the knees down, pivot the hips. Keep the belly button high, so we're keeping the chest up, staying on the sit bones. We want to stay on the sit bones nice and tall. And good rowers, I'm seeing about 75 to 85% on the SPI, and that is good. That is good. Lost a little length there, Jamie, getting back out and consistent. About a minute left on the 16, which means we're almost halfway. These are shorter than those 10-minute pieces. They're shorter than the 10-minute pieces. Pace it well, staying long. Good. Loading the hips, planting the feet. Right, if we ever lose connection, it means we're losing connection off of the foot stretcher, the foot plate, the feet. We want to stay connected through the feet, into the hips, to the handle. Good. Again, seeing 75 to 85%. Nicely done. Looking good there, Jamie. Still looking good. As we come in, we're making that rating shift to an 18. We're going to take that shift to an 18. Another reminder to stay relaxed. If your mouth isn't open, I'm going to encourage you to keep that mouth open. Relaxed in the jaw so we can stay relaxed in the neck, arms, and shoulders. 18 strokes a minute, rowers. Just popping down those feet a little bit quicker on the catch. Consistent, consistent, consistent. Good. Still seeing that 75 to 85%. Stay relaxed. We don't want a high amount of force right on the catch. We don't want you to be driving heavy and hard on any part of that stroke. We want to just be consistent, smooth, and accelerating catch to finish. Jamie, finding that 18, finding that 18. Right, just pop on the catch. Get out as soon as we get in. Right on the 18, stepping through. Drive the feet through the catch. We're pushing the catches away from the hips. As you approach the catch, I want you reaching. As you approach the catch, we want you reaching. Really feel like we're staying loose in the shoulder blades, getting the shoulders in front of the ears almost, getting the shoulders out in front of the ears to stay loose on that 18. Nice work there, Laura. Great work there, Mel. Sitting tall and relaxed. Level with the chins, both Karen and Mel. Not driving up or digging them down. As we approach 90 seconds left, rowers staying with it, staying committed. Everyone's just about 75 to 80%. Legs first, legs first. We're catching through the foot stretcher. The catch starts in the feet. Drive the feet, load the hips, and swing. Drive the feet, load the hips, and swing. Keep the shoulders and arms relaxed as we approach our next rating shift. Rowers, we're coming into 1 minute left. 1 minute left. We're going to be making the move to a 20. We're going to be making that move to a 20. We're on the way there. Stay long. Reach for it there, Jamie. Reaching for the length there, Jamie. We're looking at 1 minute, 20 strokes. 1 minute, 20 strokes. Elbows straight back there, Mel. No lift. Great work. Great work. Not even thinking about the handle. Don't even worry about that handle. You're not going to let go. Let's load the hips, accelerate the shoulders and elbows as we approach 40 to 45 seconds. Head's nice and tall. Let me make sure I can see your neck. I want to see the distance between your ears and your shoulders. Shoulders are down and relaxed. The head's nice and high. Big pivot, chin up, chest up as we come in. 20 seconds, rowers. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Coming into less than 5 strokes now, ladies and gents. Stay with it. Stay committed. Smooth and long as we come into our last 2 to 3 strokes. Paddle. Paddle it up for me. Paddle it up. Let's stay moving. Let's stay moving as we catch the breath. Catching the breath, slowing it all down. We are on undefined rest here, so just follow my lead, all right? We're going to paddle it for about 30 seconds. You can hop up if you want, but you don't go far. We're only getting a minute. You're going to get about a full 2 minutes off here. We're going to get back on and run some drills. So if you're going to go handles down, now would be the time. I can encourage you to keep paddling, but if you need to take the rest, let's take a minute. Don't go far. Don't go too far. Nice work there, Jamie. Mid 80s on the percentage, except for that 20. You push that rating up into the 90s, but again, nicely done. Michelle Lyons, who is not online, but rowing it with us. We started within 5 seconds of each other, and she's not even online. Mid 70%. Laura, mid 70%. Mel, 80 to 85. Karen, 75 to 82. So we're right around that 80 plus or minus. All right. Let's make our way back. If you don't have your feet strapped in, let's go ahead and get them strapped in. You are okay to paddle, but don't push the button just yet. We're going to call a body pause. I'm going to call a body pause, and I'm going to call sit up and stretch. This is going to have me exaggerate your reach at body, understanding that it's an exaggeration. We're going to stretch you out farther than is normal or than what we're used to. And we're just going to see if we can stay long as we get into the next set. So let's pick up the handles, rowers. Pick up the handles. Sit at the catch. Let's push the one that says press here to continue. We're going to take one stroke through the finish and pause at body. Ready, row. Body here, arms out, body over. Arms out, body over, Mel. Handle out over the socks. Now everybody, get taller and get longer. Bend the knees, put the hips back to the stairs, Jamie. There we go. Sometimes that bending the knees relieves those hamstrings. Nice and tall. Take one stroke to the finish pause. Row. All the way to that finish. All the way to the finish. And let's go arms out, body over. Jamie, you pull the stroke at 154 centimeters. Bend the knees, hips back. Everyone sit up and stretch, sit up and stretch, sit up and stretch. Take one stroke, catch to finish. Ready, row. Understand the lower back, the hamstrings tight. I'll hold in that. Let's pause it, arms out, body over. Nice work, Jamie, 157. Laura, 165. Everybody sit up and stretch. Bend the knees, pivot the hips back. One stroke, ready, row. Body pause. And let's go 16 strokes a minute. Ready? Row. 16 strokes a minute. Find the length that we had at the pause. Find that length that we had at the pause. Understanding that we're overreaching. I'm asking you to overreach. I'm asking you to take the longest strokes you've ever taken. And Karen, you're already long, so you can't reach any further. Laura, we saw some nice 1.6s on that drive length, so just focus on taking the longest strokes possible. Nice work there, Jamie. I'm seeing some strokes over 1.4. Beautiful. And if we can keep the length, we can drop the force to get the same output. So let's focus. You do have a target wattage here, 16, so relax. It's low, 72%. We've got 30 seconds left in the 16. When we get on the next minute, rowers, I just want you to run cut the cake body Vesper, but I want you to think about that sit up and stretch. 15, 20 more seconds, just running out this 16, relax, right? Karen, 100-watt target, Mel, 123. We're not looking to work hard on this minute. And it looks like it's going to shift now. We're on a drill. Let's take the body Vesper. Increase the distance between the hips and the handle. Bending the knees, Jamie, sometimes helps. We want to take the focus off of body over and think hips back. Sticking the butt out a little bit, pulling the belly button up so our posture is tall. We want to stay on our sit bones. We never want to be lounging on our jean pockets. One of Justin's old favorite sayings was, it's not a lazy boy. Don't lounge. You want to be up on the hips, up on the sit bones, keep the belly button high. With about 20 seconds left on the drill, I want to encourage you to take it slow, catch your breath. Take it slow, catch your breath, because in about 4 minutes time, we're going to repeat a 3, 2, 1. As you run the Vesper, make sure you're loose. Slight bend in the knees, slight bend in the elbows. And as our clock ticks over to the 7th interval, let's go continuous rowing 16. Loose, long, relaxed, and slow. Light rowers. This minute is not about working. It's about establishing our length on both ends of the stroke. Catch to finish. Getting a hold of it right on the catch and making sure we hang on to it to the finish. That was a good one, Jamie, from a 3.0 to a 3.9. Laura taking 1.48. 1.48 Mel, which is a good one. About 20, 30 seconds on 16 strokes a minute, staying right there, staying right there. Head high, sit up tall. Make sure we're not moving the head and shoulders, any no last minute corrections or changes. Quiet bodies, nothing extra. Unless it contributes to boat speed or fan speed, we're throwing that movement out the window. And we got 3 minutes. If your clock ticked over, we have 3 minutes rest. You guys can hop up. We've got 3 minutes till we start our next interval. When we start the next one, we're going 16, 18, 20. And we're going to follow that sort of pattern, right? The hard 3, 2, 1, some drills and strokes, and then 3, 2, 1s again. So looking at the time now, we've got about 2.5 minutes rest, and we'll hop back on and start at 16. Nice work this morning. Now, we've gotten some slack over the years from encouraging people to bend the knees slightly at the rockover, but it relieves the hamstrings and such that it allows a little bit of extra pivot and it allows a little extra lower back to just sort of be exposed. So we really like to make the call more recently, like hips back, not body over. Some coaches are like, oh my God, you're lock the knees down, lock the knees down. But when we lock them down, that creates tension, doesn't allow you to get farther, and it doesn't allow you to stay loose sort of in the lower back and hips. So bending the knees a little bit as we pivot the hips back is a-okay. It's definitely okay, especially as we get older. 1 minute. Let's make our way back. What's up, Mal?
I was just going to say my hamstrings of a certain age. Thank you very much for that.
Well, I even know that if I don't row or stretch or do some Vesper for like a week, I'm shorter. I can touch my toes, but it's tight. 45 seconds, rowers. If you're not in the room, let's find our way back. We're going to get moving on our next 6-minute section, next 6-minute set. If you want to scroll up a little bit on ErgZone to see what numbers you pulled before, a-okay. But again, I was looking at about 80% for the average. About 30 seconds. About 30 seconds. Use that length to your advantage. Stay loose, stay relaxed. I never want you to lock the elbows, tighten up the hamstrings. We never want you to feel tight. Relaxed should be at the front of our mind. Okay, 10, 15 seconds. Here we go. We're going to go through that start sequence, right? Everybody picking up the handle. Sitting up at the catch. Let's all push the button to continue. Rowers, first 3 minutes, we're going 16. Ready, y'all. Row. Very first stroke, nice and long. I want you taking that first stroke like we were taking the pauses. Know exactly where your catch is, know exactly where the finish is. I want to know exactly where the stroke begins and ends. Nice work, Jason. 142 drive like that of you. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice work, Karen Mel, 148. I'm going to put you in a boat together. Michelle Lyons, who's not here, also 148. Focusing the length so we can drop the load. We don't need to be pounding, powerful, aggressive, heavy, hard. We want to get a hold of it and use the time we have, which is the length catch to finish. Chin up, chest up, posture, posture, posture. Just read an article this morning about minding your P's in rowing. Posture starts at the finish. Great posture starts at the finish. And remember, we have a job to do on the way up to the catch. It's about preparation, catch prep. Are my hips in the right spot? Are my hands in the right spot? Are my arms long? Is my head high? Did I carry the posture that I had at the finish all the way into the catch? That's not just the upper body keeping the chest up, but that's pushing the hips back. Pivot the hips, pivot, pivot, mind your P's. Yeah, Jamie, liking that, liking that. Hanging on to a catch to finish now, catch to finish. And rowers, I'm seeing 80 to 90% on the SPI, which is A-okay. I'm seeing 80 to 90%. If you're feeling good, park it there. Park it there. Using the length to your advantage. We've got 90 seconds left on 16. We have lots of time to breathe in between strokes. We love that 16. One stroke every 4 seconds. Taking that time now. Posture up, chin up, chest up. Relax neck, arms, and shoulders. I'll encourage you to keep your mouth open. Don't clench that jaw. Very good, very good. Laura, seeing really nice long strokes out of you for 85%. Solid, solid. And again, Jamie, seeing many more strokes above 135, even over 1.4s. This is nice to see, nice to see. Stay relaxed, stay long, prioritize the press. Another set of P words for you, right? Posture to the finish, preparation to the catch, push. The catch happens down in the feet because we're pressing, we're loading, we're connecting, suspend and hang. Approaching halfway, approaching that 3-minute mark halfway. Looking good, looking good. We're doing great, we're doing great. Relax the shoulders at the finish, Laura, just at the finish. Head high, make sure you relax before you recover. A couple of R words thrown into the mix. Relax before you recover at the finish. Maintaining posture to the preparation, preparation to the press, and press to the pull. Here we go, taking it to an 18, rowers. We're going 18 strokes a minute, no time to waste. We're all in the same boat, taking the same stroke, so let's work it together, working it together. Great work on the 18, great work on the 18. Manage that length, same catch, same finish. Chin level Mel, out of the catch that is. Right? Chin at the catch for Mel, chin at the finish for Karen. Level heads on top of those shoulders. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Strong, strong. 80%, 80, 75, 85% out of rowers. Some 90s even on the SPI. So stay with me. Stay relaxed. Keep pushing. Push to the pivot. Push to the swing. Remember, 2 ends of that stroke. Front end for the press, front end for the loading and legs. Back end for the acceleration and swing. As long the leg drive is an investment into the finish. The more we can load the front, the more acceleration we can get out of the end. 2 minutes left, rowers. We're still on that 18. Stay with me on the 18. Good. Shoulders and arms out front, shoulders and arms out front, chest up. Don't sacrifice posture for length. It's a fine balance of both. Strong position. And remember, it's about the hips. It's about pivot the hips, pivot the hips. Soften the knees, pivot the hips. Great work, Jamie, Laura, Mel, Karen. Keeping that drive long, keeping that drive strong as we come in. We've got less than 90 seconds. Stay with me, stay committed. Big numbers there, Jamie. Nicely done. 97%, almost 100 on the SPI. Mel pushing 88, 86. Great job, Laura, Karen, right around that 80, 82%. As we approach, the final minute, I want all rowers to emphasize the end of the stroke. All rowers, we're going to prioritize the finish, accelerate. That handle has to be coming in quickly to the finish. Load the legs to accelerate the back end. We've got less than 60 seconds. Rowers taking the long strokes, strong strokes, mouths open, stay relaxed. Powerful. Breathe. Relax. Swing. In control. Big pivot, Mel. Big pivot as we bring that hands out front. Pivot that tailbone back behind us as we get the hands out long in front. With less than 30 seconds, rowers. Stay with me on 20. Stay with me on 20. Everyone over 80% on the SPI. Great work. Great work. Staying strong through the finish. Staying strong through the finish line. All the way through. All the way through. Last couple seconds. And I'm going to say, once the clock shift over, we're going to take the paddle. I want to encourage a paddle. It's 2 minutes. It's no more than 2 minutes. Again, if you're going to hop up, you got about a minute to do it max, because in less than 2 minutes, we're going to get on a drill. Great work, rowers. We have 90 seconds. Great work. About 1 minute. About 1 minute. So I'm going to call the same drill. We're going to call the body pause, finish pause, body pause, focus on length. But what I'm going to ask you to do though, I said sit up and stretch before, which asks you to stretch out, lengthen out. We're going to do that, but I want you guys literally shaking out the shoulders and arms. Make sure that these are absolutely relaxed. I never want to see anything stiff like Superman or Superwoman. We're not trying to go into the catch punching anybody. So I literally want your arms as loose as you possibly can. If we don't have a lot of mobility around the shoulder blades or we're really strong and stiff, we're going to try and shake it out. We got to loosen it up. Less than 30 seconds now. Rowers less than 30. So again, first drill, we're going to go catch to finish pause. We're going to go to body. I'm going to say sit up and stretch, but shake it out, stay loose. Here we go through the sequence. Let's slide up to the catch and pick up the handles. Let's press the button on the erg. It says press here for more fun. Sitting ready. We're going to take one long stroke and pause for the fish. Ready, all rope. Show me the long stroke. What is it? Where is the finish? Now let's go to body over, arms out, body over. Now shake it out, super loose in the elbows, long, sit up and stretch, sit up and stretch. Bend those elbows a little bit. Let's take one stroke catch to finish. Ready, row. I know it's a little different on slides there, Karen, but you're good, you're good, you're good. All right, arms out, body over. Jamie, 1.60. Oh, that's a whole foot longer. Shake out the arms and shoulders, relax, long shoulders out in front of the ears. One stroke, ready, rope. It's like it, hold that pause. If you guys were on the water, I want you to keep the blade in the water as long as possible. Great work, Jamie, 157, Laura, 168, Mel, 165. Holy smokes. Arms out, body over. Arms out, body over. You're good, Jamie. Bend the knees a little bit. Pull the hips back. Shake out the arms. Take a deep breath and let's go 16 strokes a minute. Row, continuous, 16. When you hear me say loose, long, and relaxed, I'm talking about the elbows and shoulders, right? Shoulder blades kind of wrapping around the body to get it in front. Feel like you're exposing the lats a little bit. I want you to feel that the muscles around your shoulder blades are kind of stretching. I kind of want to see your armpits. It sounds a little weird, but right, like when you get your hands and elbows and shoulders out in front, you're really exposing where your lat connects to your teres major and your teres major to your tricep. Get the elbows far out away from the body without getting stiff, tense, or rigid. Good work on that finish, Karen. I know exactly where the stroke ends. Let's just make sure we stay relaxed. The first thing after that pause is relax before you recover. Exhale, relax the shoulders, lengthen and continue on. We have about 20, 25 seconds left on the 16. Staying tall there, Laura. We're not going to do anything special on the next minute of drill. I'm going to allow you to just run the Vesper or cut the cake. I want you to stay loose. I want you to stay comfortable. And it looks like the clocks should be moving on to that next minute here. Off the pressure. Body Vesper. A lot of times when we run body Vesper, I just see a ton of people get stiff arm, just stiff. Stay relaxed. Shake out the arms and shoulders. Drive length said 2.25. I don't even know if that's possible. Got like an Ollie Zeidler on here pulling drive length of 2 meters. Guys are looking good, rowers. We have about 30 seconds on the Vesper. Reminder, we're going to go 1 minute at a 16 before we take another breather. I like to think about where the elbows are, not necessarily the handle, because sometimes we lock those elbows when we try and put the handle out way in front. Focus on those elbows through the finish there, Mel. And let's go continuous, rowers 16. Stay relaxed. Long strokes, but loose strokes. The whole time we're leveraging off of the feet. Nice and long on these 16, nice and long on the 16. Again, focusing on how long the blade's in the water, how long we're putting force into the machine. 16 strokes a minute, right? Looking at our targets, Jamie 131, Laura 100, Mel 123, Karen 100. Just loose, long, comfortable, easy strokes. We want to be comfortable in every position. Relaxing through the elbows, the wrist. Hopefully we're not choking the handle. We're not squeezing. Just a few more strokes and we're going to get our 3 minutes off. You know the drill, rowers. We're on 3 minutes. We're on 3 minutes. 3 minutes off now. 3 minutes off. Great job so far. Great work. We're going to see the next set plus some drills and then the final set, and that's it. Okay, so we've got 2 more 3-2-1s and 1 more set of drills. That's about it over our the last half of this piece. Mel, I want you to think about something. I'm going to ask you some questions, and it's not a right or wrong thing. I just want you to think about it. If you had to sort of think about a heat map on your hands, right, on both hands, and if I had to figure out where on the hands we're making the most amount of contact or applying the most amount of force, right, where it's the heaviest, is it, and again, it's no right or wrong, is it more towards the pointer finger, middle finger, and thumbs, or is it more out towards the pinky, ring, and middle fingers? Don't even, like, if you know now, it's cool, just think about it. You don't even need to get up. But what I find a lot of times, scullers and non-scullers alike, we're gripping a lot in here, much more towards the thumb and index finger. And what that encourages is everything inside. That encourages biceps to the finish, as opposed to if we were out towards the pinkies and the lats, we're going to connect, or the pinkies and the outside of the hand. That kinetic chain is going to go from here through the bottom of the forearm out to the tricep, and it's going to keep everything sort of on the outside, right? I'm going to be able to use the lats and the swing much more naturally. And very few people, like, that problem can be solved with how we hold the handle and how we apply the handle. So don't make any drastic changes now, but I want you to think about this as you're taking the next stroke. If we're primarily on the thumb side of the hand in terms of applying power, we're missing out on opportunity, because that is going to encourage you to use different muscles. It's all just about biomechanics and the kinetic chain. Right? If we think about where the ligaments in the hand, where they connect, right? It's like people who row with their knuckles up. That is going to naturally encourage everything to come up and shrug. Whereas if we have the knuckles down, it's going to encourage the bottom of the forearm. Just different muscle groups, ultimately. So if anyone else was listening, just think about this on the next set. How am I holding the handle? Am I squeezing it around the thumb, or am I loose and relaxed around the outside part of the hand? Let's make our way back, rowers. We have 20 seconds. It's an uncommon thing to be coached, but that might correct about 7 issues that we might be having. And I can't tell you the number of coaches who are like, stop shrugging the shoulders, stop shrugging the shoulders. And that can be solved by changing the grip. Here we go. You guys have done great so far. Reminder, we're adding 2 beats to the rate. Let's pick up the handles. Take a deep breath, slide up to the catch. Push the button to press here to continue. First 3 minutes, 18. Ready, y'all. Row. 18 strokes a minute. Looking real good. Catch to finish from that very first stroke. Maximize the time we are in the water. Maximize the time we're putting force into the machine. Naturally taking a longer stroke. 18. Finding it now. prepped and ready to go. If we let the hands dip a little bit on the way up to the catch, just make sure we raise them before we get there. If you're on time, you're late. So let's make sure that we're prepped early. We're early, we're on time. Relaxing that grip on the way into the catch. Prepping the hips. Sitting on the sit bones. Stay tall on that seat. Stay upright. Keep the belly button high. Don't slouch. Don't lounge. 1-4-2 on the length there, Jamie, from a previous 1-3-0. Keeping it up, keeping it long. A nice constant amount of force applied to the hands. We're not kicking and punching. We're getting a hold and hanging. Getting a hold and hanging. Looking good. Halfway through this 3-minute set, halfway through it. Check yourself now. Head high, shoulders relaxed, head high, shoulders relaxed. Let's reach for the catch. Boy, you think about this like we're rowing in a boat now, rowers. We are rowing in a boat. I want us to take the next 5 to 10 strokes long. We need to lengthen. We need to lengthen. All rowers, here we go. In 2 strokes, I want you to think lengthen. Taking the long strokes on the 18 right here. Long strokes on the 18. And remember, length is measured on both ends of the stroke. Hang on to the finish as long as possible. Keep that handle under force as long as possible. That takes moving with acceleration into the finish. That means moving with acceleration. Load the hips, accelerate the head, shoulders, and elbows. Nice finish there, Laura. Strong, solid, strong, solid. Staying long there, Mel. Staying long. There it is. That was a better one. We're not dipping under that 1-4-0. Good, good. Chin up, chest up, but chins are level. Chin up, chest up, but chins are level. We've got 1 minute left on, less than a minute left on this 18. 25 seconds before we make the shift. 20 seconds to the halfway point. Staying committed, not only staying committed, we're accelerating. We're accelerating. As soon as we hit that halfway point, we're going from an 18 to a 20. Rowers, we got to take it to the 20. We accelerate. We get faster as we progress through the pieces. We're not getting slower. Here we go. Take that 20 with confidence. 20, 20, 20 strokes a minute. Pop it, lock it. Get locked on that catch and hang. Lock, swing, send. Posture, prep, press. Posture, preparation to the push. Posture to the finish, preparation on the way, push on the way out. Crushing it there, Jamie. 96, 100% on that SPI. Nicely done. Fantastic work. Ladies on the screen, we're looking at 80%, 80, 85, 90. We're crushing it. We're crushing it. Mouths are open. Stay with me and breathe. Mouths are open. Stay with me and breathe with less than 2.5 minutes. Confident catches. Confident catches. Get out. You know exactly where we're reaching. You know exactly when we're pressing. If we see some variability in the stroke that starts with you, remember it's your position. Position first. Take that stroke, catch to finish each and every time. 2 minutes now, 2 minutes. Long and strong there, Karen. Good. I like the length. Let's keep that forced up. Finding that 80%. We're in the 3rd piece now. Good, Mel. Getting out long. Hips back, hands out. Hips back, hands out. Yeah, shoulders out in front. Expose the lats. Stretch them out. Stretch them out. 90 seconds. Less than 90 seconds. Good work there, Jamie. Staying with it. Staying with it. Strong with the legs. Legs down. Watts up. Legs down. Watts up as we come into our final 60 seconds, which is 22 strokes. Here's that shift, rowers. 22, 22, 22. I need you. I need you. Mel, Laura, we need your watts. Jamie, Karen, we need you pressing. We need you pressing and sending. Pressing and sending. Where's my length, rowers? Where's my length? Same boat, same stroke, loose, long, powerful. 45 seconds. Crushing it, Jamie, in the 90%. Fantastic, Laura, up in the 90%. Mel, Karen, 86. Push them. Lengthen out for the final 30 seconds. 10 to 11 strokes. Listen to the watts. Listen to the fans. Listen to the fans. Come on. Loud, louder, loudest. Loud, louder, loudest. Are we accelerating into the finish? Show me for 10 seconds. Paddle and breathe. Paddle and breathe. Great work. Breathe. Get your life back in you. Give yourselves this minute or two. That first 40 seconds sucks. Nice work. Great work. You guys are crushing it. Crushing it. Yeah, great job. Great work now. Again, if you were going to hop up, you got a minute, no more than that. If you are going to hop up, we got a minute. Don't forget, we are going to get 3 minutes off after the next 4.5 minutes of drill and paddle. All right. So don't feel like you have to, but you can. One minute, less than 1 minute. Great work. Great work. For the next minute of drills, like the next 2 that we run, I'm just going to run body Vesper. Don't worry about pausing. I'd rather keep you moving, just to keep you moving as you catch your breath here. All right, so we're like 20 seconds away from getting started. That first minute's just going to be the Vesper cut the cake. I want you to focus on moving the hips, just loosen up, get comfortable, recover, catch your breath for this final set. 10 seconds. Running through the starting sequence, we are going to pick up the handles, slide to the catch, press the button to continue, sitting ready for the body Vesper, row, Vesper and cut the cake, just relax, just relax. I want you to row with purpose though, row intentionally, right? Really work the body positions. Habits are picked up on the paddle as well. So just remember that. Let's paddle well. Working on keeping that chin down. If we have that habit of lifting the chin even on the paddle, you can imagine how much that reveals itself hard and fast. Quiet bodies, everything is still, relaxed. Don't disturb the boat. Don't disturb the rowing machine. About 10 seconds before we move on to continuous 16. Continuous 16, relax 70% on the SPI, just taking long strokes. And we're there. 16, just relax. Let the boat run underneath you. Don't disturb it. Don't come into the catch with momentum, right? Don't send your mass and your body weight the wrong direction. Everything's loose. Mouths are open. Jaws are relaxed. If we're tense in the jaw, it will reveal itself elsewhere. Chin, shoulders, neck. We're not grabbing the arms. There's always a chance that we pull too soon, so we stay focused on the press. Nice work, Mel. Almost 10 SPI on this. Feeling good. Stay relaxed. 30 seconds left on the 16. 6, 7, 8 strokes before we run a drill. Front half for getting connected through the legs, back half for hanging on to the connection to the finish. Feel that resistance in the hands, maintain it to the finish. And let's take it to the body Vesper cut the cake. Just relax. I'm going to give you 60 seconds to reset. Just slow it down. Good. I even like the body Vesper with a slight bend in the knees. Trust me, you'll still feel the hammies. Hammies and glutes, even. If you don't do much glute stretching, I'm going to encourage that. It's not just the hamstrings, it's everything in there. Those hips don't lie. 30 seconds on the Vesper before 1 minute on a 16. I know this one was a little bit more complicated in terms of a lot of intervals and stuff, but hopefully the calls and everything has been smooth and easy to understand as we come into our last set. Keep the head high as you run the body Vesper, head and shoulders in front of the hips, and then head and shoulders behind the hips. Continuous rowing, rowers 16, 1 minute. Continuous rowing, 16. I want to see the tallest, longest rowers here. The tallest, longest rowers. You're typically 5'2". Sit up like you're 5'7". You're typically 5'9". Sit up like you're 6'4". Sit up. I want you to imagine how long somebody's arms are at 6'4". Think about, you guys are like Michael Phelps. Get the arms out. Reach. Tall, be long. Length is strength. Fantastic rower. 30 seconds. Fantastic. Looking good there, Jamie. Liking what I'm seeing out of those strokes. Definitely, definitely. Progress. 10 to 15 seconds left. When you see 0 on that clock, you are good to go handle down. We're looking at our last 3 minutes of rest before our final 6 minutes. Don't forget to hydrate. Always about pushing first. Length. We like to think about that drive sequence as a sequence of movements, not everything happening at once. We don't want our muscles to work against each other, which is often what happens. Less than 90 seconds. Less than 90 seconds. Last minute, making our way back. "30 seconds, 45 seconds. Just going to remind you to try and keep all the movements horizontal. Everything horizontal, right? We're not moving the chin up and down too much. We're certainly not lifting the bodies up and down too much. Going to go ahead and get our feet strapped in. It's all about maximizing horizontal force on the drive, right? Anytime we're moving vertically up or down, we are not applying the forces correctly. So once we're tall, let's stay tall. There's no reason for a lot of up or down. Getting our feet strapped in. This is going to put our finish 1 minute behind schedule. So we're going to get started as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and pick up the handles, press the button to continue. Reminder, this is our final piece. We're going 20, 22, 24. We've crushed it so far. Let's finish it strong. Sit ready. Ready, y'all. Row. Now, rowers, rocking that 20. Last 6 minutes of the day. We've done fantastic so far. Let's stay on course. Let's stay committed. Let's stay focused. Posture at that finish, preparation on the way, pressing on the way out. Great work there. Great work there, ladies and gents, on that maximizing our drive length. Fantastic. Pivot the hips back. Remember, hip position, the position of the hips affects our length. The position of our hips affects our length at the catch. Thinking about it. Great work. Great work. Crushing the watts there, baby. Crushing the watts. Great work there, Mel. 85, 90% on that SPI. Karen, Laura, right where we need to be, 75 to 80%. There's been a great group here this morning. Great group here. Let's stay focused. Stay focused. 20, 20. Show me the discipline now. Consistency is your friend. Chins level, heads high. Chins level, heads high. Arms long, hips back. Arms long, hips back. Loose and relaxed through the shoulders and arms. Loose and relaxed. Great work. Great work. Right, let those legs work early. Let those legs work early so the acceleration can come naturally to the finish. Right, as long as we get connected through the front end, we're going to have a strong accelerated back end. It's not about just pulling harder at the finish. It's about maximizing our use of that length. Yes. Loving it, Mel. Loving it, Laura. Keep it up. Keep it up. Great work there, Karen. Loose and long through the arms. Don't tighten up these elbows. Yes. Solid work, Jamie, crushing the 90%, crushing the 90%. Ladies, crushing the mid-80s. Mouths are open and breathing now. Mouths are open and breathing. Right, we're building that endurance. We're building that power over this endurance. We're 30 seconds away from that halfway point. Rowers, we are approaching the finish. The finish line is coming into sight. Sun's coming up. Last 3 minutes. Eyes on the prize, eyes on the prize, staying focused, focused and committed, focused and committed. Find it there, Laura. Find me those watts at that 20. Come on. Come on. Rating. Got to control that stroke rate. Got to control that stroke rate. As we shift it, rowers, we're shifting to the 22, the 22. Who's got the 22 right on target? Find that. I'm seeing 21s and 23s. Great work there, Mel. Right on the 22. Nice work there, Karen. 22s now, rowers. 22. We're in the same boat, same stroke. Same boat, same stroke. Chins level, heads level. Heavy from the hips to the heels. Prioritizing the press. Posture from the finish. Preparation into the catch. Long there, Jamie. We're losing that length. Back under 1.3 on the 21. Back under 1.3. Great work coming into another minute down, which marks 2 minutes away from the line. We're a minute closer, minute closer. Length, Mel, length, catch to finish, end to end, end to end. There it is, there it is. A little shorter there, Karen, staying out there. Nice work, Jamie, getting out, getting long. At the end of every piece, a longer stroke is going to help us. At the end of every piece, it's not about pushing the rate and shortening the stroke. It's about maximizing length over that rate. Stay through the water. Don't get out of the water. Don't bail on the catch. Don't bail on the finish. Complete the stroke. Catch to finish. Rowers 90 seconds. Everyone's right on the 22. Come on, Karen. Come on, Karen. Legs down, walks up. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get you back up into that 80%. Come on. Come on. 75, 80%. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Finish it high. Finish it high. Really use those shoulders to swing. As we come in, rowers, final minute, tough minute. Rowers, I need 24 more strokes to get to the finish line. We're not stopping short. We're running through the final minute 24. Final minute 24. Let's get it done. Let's get it done and work now, rowers. Come on, Karen. I'm seeing 73%. Where's my 78, 79, 78, 79? Good. Laura on 80. Let's push. Pushing through. Final 40 seconds. Back end, back end, back end. Send it. Send the finish. Send the puddles. Send the puddles with 30 seconds on the clock. 10, 11, 12 strokes. Last 10 strokes. Getting out there, Jamie, Laura, Mel, Karen, crushing it now all the way through that line. Big push to the finish. Planting the feet. Plant the feet. 10 seconds through the finish. Let's paddle. Paddle, paddle. Keeping that paddle on. It is 31 past the hour, just in case anyone is curious. Nice work there, Jamie. 90% just about throughout the entirety of today's workout. Looking good. I know you mentioned a retest on the SPI. You've definitely taken some longer strokes, so great job today. Laura started down in that mid to high 70s, into the 80s. 80s, high 70s. The last three, mid to high 70s. Fantastic. Mel, 85, 80, 85, 87, 88, 90, 85, 84, 89, 84, 84. Great work. Karen finishing it up, mid 70s. High 70 to 80. High 70 to 80. All day. Hopefully you guys found the pacing tips from the beginning helpful. Anytime we're doing any rating climbing pieces or any AT work, it's always going to get more difficult as we progress, but that is the point. Hats off to you guys for all hitting your targets. I think you did very, very well today. Saw some good changes out of all of you, small minor changes, and I'll just leave you with think about that grip sort of thing. And if you have any questions about that, like if you think, wow, I feel like I might be holding the handle, just reach out to one of us. We'll talk about it. And it's really just a matter of understanding what and why and practicing new habits. But great work this morning. Even I had fun.
Thank you, everyone. That was hard, but good.
Great job, Laura. Great work. That's a tough workout.
I
Yeah,
was not
like-
expecting, I was not expecting that to be as hard as it was.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
I hear that often. I hear that often.
It doesn't look
looks so
doesn't
easy.
look bad on paper.
No,
Anytime we
ski
see
jump
those
with
3-2-1s or 4-3-2-1s, it's gonna
ski
get
jump with drills. I mean, how lovely does that sound?
plus drills, right? Active rest. Fooled you. No, you got it. That was a great one. That was really, really good.
Thank you, guys. See you. Have a great day.
You too. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you. I was keeping it light. My cortisone's worn off on my non-surgical elbow, and it's really bothering me. The super high leverage stuff is really hard on it. So I have to pace
Yeah,
it a little.
grip. I'm telling you, elbow pain is caused by how we hold the handle, and I'm gonna stick to that, guaranteed, promise.
I'm doing it right still. I was really trying to get my knuckles over.
Well, if you're feeling the pain if you're feeling the pain in the elbow, something is going on. That's really all I can tell. I
I mean, I
can't
had
see
a
too
tennis
much
elbow
to-
injury, so yeah, I injured it not rowing. It ended it doing something else. Rowing just makes it worse.
Yeah, and I mean, anything could definitely, something could be aggravating it for sure. But if it's a constant or a fairly continuous thing,
Yeah.
it would be worth.
Okay.
That's all.
It doesn't hurt while I'm rowing. It's later. So.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take a look. I'll keep a closer look next time. And I just
Okay,
let
and
you
I can reposition the camera so you can see me from a different angle if that helps. But yeah, I'd like to get it right. If that's it and I can fix it with that, then let's do whatever we need to do that.
There's something going on there. You've got more bouncing of the hands. Jamie, have a great day. Nice work today. You've got more bouncing of the hands up and down through the drive than I would like.
Okay.
Something, and again, I can't tell you exactly what. I'd have to sort of peel it back, but we never want to see the hands or the arms doing anything like this through the drive. Just like
Right.
anything, like when we say locked on, it should be, once it's locked, the grip in the hand almost doesn't change. Like it's just,
Right.
if I took a still image of the handle of this, it should just be in like here. It should not be any of like any of this up or down movement, even if it's minimal. So
Okay.
again, it's tough. You've been rowing for a long, long time. You've got a lot of habits, mostly good. I can't really pick apart exactly what that is, but if it's causing pain, it's worth looking into. So I'll keep thinking about it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, zero in on me when you can, and yeah, that'll be great.
Absolutely, absolutely. But otherwise, great work. I mean, the numbers were right where they needed to be.
And I'm building back my fitness too. I hadn't really been erging in a couple of months, so I just for me, I can overtrain really easily. I'm almost 53. I gotta 3 times a week. More than that, my body starts to break down. So I'm building back slowly. I've got time.
Well, you're doing great. I gotta tell you, you're doing
Well, I
fantastic.
appreciate it. All right, thank you. Have a
Of
wonderful
course.
day.
You do the same. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.